Hello and welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
And I'm still Sharyn.
Thank you again for showing up. And at this point, I can't even say every week because we don't skip the week, but we'll get into our apology in a second. But thank you all who are joining us again for another episode of Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. And I want to say for all those who celebrate, happy Halloween as well. Woo! No,
Boo.
just kidding.
In a word, that's me celebrating.
Absolutely. And right into the announcements. I'm just going to say we do apologize for last week not being able to show up with a conversation. We really was just a tight schedule with Sharyn traveling and my traveling. But we appreciate all of the comments and feedback that we got. Somebody said, thank you for giving us the heads up. We're going to always come to y'all with something.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So,
right.
Even if I got to put a little short on there, y'all know the little short videos that, I'm going to put something up. But we appreciate you all. We really do. And that's why we do what we do, because of you all. It's like y'all are... y'all are a ride or die.
Absolutely.
And we love that. We love that.
And the fact that people actually be waiting at 6:30 on Wednesday mornings when we release it, it's just it's amazing to us, know, because we do all what we can to make it happen, but you guys are on the receiving end, so thank you for being who you are and doing what you do.
Absolutely. So, but we'll try not to let that happen again unless it's something that we planned. But we thank you.
It's called life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, y'all know about life.
Yeah.
Look, we've been speaking it for 3 years, right?
Right.
Y'all know about life.
Yeah.
So you have any announcements?
Yes, I have one. It's going to sound more like an apology or an explanation more than an announcement, but I did go to Philadelphia. Things were wonderful, great, fantastic. However, I got to Philadelphia 24 hours late because of I was doing the red out, but in any event, mechanical
mixed up
problem.
with the plane, right?
Yeah,
right.
all of that. So my buddies in Philly, the puppies on the porch and everything, 5 days turned into 4 days and a wake up, and I was trying to see so many people and do so many things. Then I got kidnapped over to New Jersey and Barrington and Pennsauken. So I wasn't able to see you guys, but let me tell you, my family, y'all know my story if y'all been looking at all 175 videos or whatever we got,
right.
But I left Philadelphia 45 years ago and never went back to live. So I was seeing people I haven't seen in decades, truly. But it was warm, wonderful, fantastic. I'm glad I went back, and it was just good. It was really good. And though it was planned, Rosa's schedule wasn't planned, and her schedule just blew up, so she couldn't be in Philadelphia and in San Francisco and Texas, wherever you had to go. It was just crazy. Right. So I say that to say, for my buddies, the puppies on the porch, maybe next time. Next time, because Rosa will come with me and we can stay longer and all. But I was doing an incredible amount of zipping around in 4 days, and I came back to California. I was too tired to talk and too old to walk. Okay, I was whipped. I know. So thank you for your understanding.
Well, I am so happy that she is home.
Yeah,
it's my boo thing. So are there any other announcements, or is that it?
That's it for me.
Well, I have none either. So let's get into the shout outs. The shout outs.
She really enjoys this part.
So our first shout out goes to Creative M1. We thank you for being a subscriber, and although you are on the subscriber list, I have not heard from you yet. So if you are still there, please say hello in the comments, and definitely like the video, share it with your friends. We would appreciate it. Next we have Mercy M.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a subscriber as well, and definitely hit us up. Next and last for today is Teresa M. Thank you.
What's up with the M's?
I know. I just thought about that. It was
Yeah.
like all these M's came up. Whatever.
M.
Teresa M, thank you for being a subscriber to our channel. We appreciate it. Can't do this without all of you all. And
Right.
thank you. Okay. So what are we talking about today? Well, first, let me set it up because, you know, just going through social media, you know, and sometimes we go through social media to, you know, come up with a topic. And if I see a lot of the same questions being asked, I feel like, especially in our community, I feel like it is something that probably we need to discuss.
Right, and not only going through that, but also as we live our lives and we come across a couple of bumps, and not to mention sometimes some wrinkles. We like, they say, start with yourself.
Absolutely.
So, you know, before we ask you guys, we asked ourselves.
Oh, definitely.
And now our conversation starts long before we come on air. You can believe that.
Well, that's what starts it. Because if I see something on Facebook, sometimes I'll go to Sharyn and be like, "What do you think about this?" And you know, so we'll have a conversation about it. But today we're gonna be talking about privacy in a relationship. So, and like I was saying, I saw that a lot on social media where everybody was like, "Do you allow your partner go through your phone, or do you allow your partner to drive your car at any time?" And you know, where does the privacy end and begin? So we're gonna discuss that today. Just because I think it's important.
It is
To
important,
set
right?
boundaries as to if you're gonna have privacy, what does that look like in your relationship,
Right.
Or if everything's just up in the air and you don't care.
You know, and what level of privacy, and oftentimes like two people will define privacy in
Very
two different ways,
different.
very differently.
Yeah.
Very differently. Even though you may think that you're whole and healthy and y'all doing the right things, and you're like, hey, long as she don't ask for the numbers to, you know, my access code
Right.
to my phone,
Right.
or you have a second phone.
Exactly.
That's another story.
But and that's the thing, and that's a big one. The whole phone has always become like this big thing, especially in the relationship. It's like, you know, what part of the phone is okay for your partner to see, or is everything open? Do they even have your code or access code? Because I think everybody got to put one on there now. It's like, you know, Sharyn doesn't like to have one on there, but I think, didn't yours make you put something on there?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
she had to do like her thumb or number or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's jump into that. You want to start?
Yeah. Well, I mean, as I say, oftentimes couples have two different ideas of what privacy is, and I would just say, just for the benefit of sharing this information between the two of us, who do you think has more issues, or does either one of us have? Do either one of us have issues with the privacy thing? Yes or no?
I think you have more issues with privacy than I do.
Really?
Yes. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You need to be in your office sometimes just by yourself. You need to be on the phone. Like, your conversations are not grand like mine. Like, you can hear all my conversations. Yours is, you got to talk sometimes on your way out the door, in the car. Like, you just need your own privacy, but you don't even realize that you need your privacy.
I hear what you're saying, and what you say is true.
Oh, and mail too. Don't want people.
Now that's a
opening
whole
your
different
mail.
thing. So okay, hold on. Let me just take it
No,
back
I'm
from
just
you.
saying that's part of
I think you
privacy.
said enough. Okay.
You asked. Did she or did she not ask? That's what I want.
No, I'm kidding. Say what you will.
No, I just think that I have no problem if, something comes in my name and you open it up. I have no problem with, if I'm on the phone, I normally have it on speakerphone anyway. You can hear me and you can hear the other person. I don't, I just don't.
You don't buffer.
That.
No,
Yeah.
you don't buffer. And so
don't
let
really
me
care.
say this.
And you have my phone passcode to my phone.
Oh, as well as
yeah,
you.
I got yours too.
So here we go.
Just saying.
All of what you're saying, sweetheart, is true. First of all, y'all know there's a little age difference, a couple of years difference between Rosa and I. We were from two different generations. Rosa speaks on the phone. Yes, I can hear who she's talking to. I can hear what they're saying to her. I don't want to hear it. it's noise pollution to me. The speaker has a certain frequency in it that just irritates me. So my thing is, can you please go somewhere with your conversation?
Well, I don't like holding my phone up to my ear.
And I understand
that's the whole thing.
My turn.
Okay.
I understand all of that from what she just said, but I am from a generation where, remember, we had phone booths. The reason why you had a phone booth, because you have a private conversation with whoever's on the other line. Plus, the door is closed.
But that was outside.
Wait a minute. Am I talking?
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm saying I'm from that generation. I know many, many things have changed. Phone booths have been gone for over 20 years and da-da-da-da-da. But when I am talking to someone, even if I'm okay, and normally I'm okay with you hearing what I say to them, but perhaps they don't want you to hear, you or whomever else, to hear what they're saying to me. And so one of us got to put up a buffer, I feel, because everyone's business is nobody's business. So with Rosa has carte blanche to whatever I got, she can open it up. You got my access codes, the combination, the whatever it is, because quite frankly, I feel better with her having it. I never want to be in a situation where, she never did give me she changed the combination to the big safe. And now somebody got to blow up the house just to open up the big safe. Should I leave the planet first? All right. And on that line, I always got a story. Got a buddy, and unfortunately, I think she left us about 5 years ago.
It's been a while, yeah.
But yeah, well, anyhow, real good buddy. I mean, my buddy. And make a long story short, she was extremely private person. Extremely. She worked in judicial service, and law enforcement and all that. And she was always paranoid of running into somebody who she helped put in jail. So, unfortunately, like I say, extremely private. And I would like to say that we were very, very close on many levels, but she died. And her mother didn't have, and she died. She was not in a relationship. She did, I guess one of her closest friends would have been me, but and she was the only child. Her mother didn't even have the access code to her phone, so they couldn't even call people to invite them to the funeral. And that took me aback. You know what I mean? I'm just like, your mother doesn't have the code? You know, and surely she had a wonderful, close relationship with her mother, but I'm thinking, you didn't give your mother the 4 digits? You know? Not to mention the access code to the security to come in the house, she did have that. But it was so sad.
Yeah.
So many people came to the funeral and all, and the celebration of life, just on the strength of her mother. Not so much of just her, because her mother was inviting her friend. Everybody.
Well, we knew because word of mouth for other friends.
Right. We knew because we knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I'm just saying, I know that's an extreme example, but privacy is, some people define it to a different degree and in a different way. So starting with our relationship, as Rosa was telling you about the phone, and all, I do have some pinches with me. A lot of mail comes to the house in both of our names. I don't care who opens that. The dog can open it. I don't care. And if it's a bill, I'll open it first, because Rosa be acting like, well, it says Sharyn and Rosa.
Like your name's on it first.
Right.
Pay it.
But alphabetically, it should be Rosa and Sharyn. So that doesn't bother me. However, when I was in the military, and I'm talking about many, many, many years ago, when it was long before don't ask, don't tell, I didn't see you, so you didn't do it, whatever shit they came out with. I was really paranoid about people getting a hold of anything with my name on it. Because, if somebody wrote to me, you have no business with my mail.
Right.
That is so rude. That's a boundary. I don't care who you are. Rosa can open it up, but, she'd be like, Sharyn's really funny about her mail. And I really am.
I don't even open up my own. So I don't want to open up yours.
Right, I know. And if you did, it's okay.
But I know you have an issue with that. But I never thought about it from the military. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah. And it was ingrained in me. I don't mess with people's mail, and I definitely will invite you not to mess with mine. Yeah. Unless your name is Sharyn with a Y Williams.
asking.
Okay, so and no, I know you didn't. Maybe you didn't think about that, but you're my wife. I don't care. I mean,
Right.
everything's open. It really is. But in the back of me, that little voice, like, your name ain't on it. Your name's not on it. Do not open this letter unless your name is on it. Right? So, and she makes fun of me sometimes, but that's one of my little, pinches. And I think I handle it quite well now, but you know what I mean? If a package comes, Rosa loves getting packages from Amazon.
There might be one out there now.
Wait. If it's 2 packages, she's smiling. If it's 3 or 4, she like, oh, I got some packages for me. I don't care if it's 19 of them. If my name not on them, I bring them in the house, and I'm just curious, what did you buy now? But I don't open them because my name is not on that box. Yeah. She could have ordered a wiggle-dugget, pop you in your head when you open up the box toy. I would never know because I will not open up that box. You understand? So, issues, it runs into privacy, whether it's the phone, your packages. So, already y'all might be thinking, well, Sharyn, you're a little older and you're a little uptight. No, I just think it's rude.
No, but that goes, when you were talking about the military and being paranoid, I get that because of, that's your livelihood and that's just how it was back in the day, but at the same time, that's a conversation maybe when you were talking about the mail that you could have said, like, I just have always been like that because of this. I just never knew the reason. I just was like, why is she, you know what I'm saying? So if I see something interesting, I will wait till Sharyn come home, have her open, and I'm going to walk right over there where she is.
Right. However, she and I both know what a check look like. So we're just like, oh, that looks like a check. And she'll stare. I'm like, and it has my name.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Yeah, that's true too.
Okay.
But I'm saying that to say, like, when we're discussing stuff, it's like, okay, I can understand that's where you're getting it from. Because everything, that we go through, I always say, comes from somewhere.
Oh, sure.
Like, you move into another relationship, you bring in stuff from the old relationship, you need to have those conversations. And that's a conversation that I just never knew.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure I've mentioned it to you, but very, by the way, but I'm sure I have, but because I'm not being, rude or trying to be smooth about something.
Secretive, yeah.
I'm not. I'm like, I'll wait for her to go to work and then I'll go into the back bedroom in the closet and turn on the light and read. No, I have nothing that personal. And if it's a bill, you're more than welcome to open it up so that you can have a dose of reality of what's really going on sometimes. So, but at least there was an explanation with it. So, So bringing it down even further, it does get kind of personal because, well, it is personal, and I just think we deal with it differently. Yeah. People in different relationships. So here we go. Back to the phone. With the phone, I don't know who you're talking to, but if you want to see who I've talked to in the last 3 days, 5 days, or 5 months, here, babe, here's my phone. And sometimes I do something in the phone. I don't even understand what I did. Like, Rosa, would you help me with the phone? He said, no problem, boo. You know what I mean? I can care less about the phone.
Right.
I really, really can. I just don't necessarily want to hear other people's conversation because it ain't my business. You're probably talking too loud. Now, if anything, I'm going to close the door because I don't want you to, to interrupt me as I'm looking at Law and Order. Okay. So so I don't really think we have too much of a problem. Do you?
No, I think we have established where those boundaries are. Like, I know, not to open your mail unless I just want to start something. You're like, you want to make her mad? Open up her mail. Let's do that today. That's just an example, but I think in the relationship we have, established where we want our privacy. Like, sometimes when I'm getting dressed, I kind of like privacy as well. Not big things, but just, don't stand there and watch me get dressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind you coming in and out of the bathroom if you need to come in and out of the bathroom, but I don't know. It's just something about that. I just, right. I have, and then like
you need your space, your time, or whatever, and that's why we're pretty good of, like, hey, babe, you need another 20 minutes because I know me standing there ain't gonna make you get dressed, and she's really good about being punctual, as am I. right? So not a problem. So let's talk about the bad side of this, and not necessarily with us, or perhaps with other people. There are people out there, their partner do not know that they have a second phone, or don't know the password on the first phone. Things like that. So, like, why do you need to? Oh, it's my work phone, babe, because you got people calling you on your work phone that your wife and partner does not look at.
Yeah.
Okay. We know we playing those kind of games out there because I see it.
Yeah, but then, I mean, like, for instance, if you have another phone, you keep it in the car, like, are you okay with your partner even just grabbing your keys and running to the store if, she just wants to drive your car? Like, some people have issues with that. You know what I'm saying?
You think I got issues with it?
I think you did prior to us getting married, but I think you that now.
What, like I don't want you in my car?
No, you just don't want me, driving your car.
Oh, that's gone out the window.
Right.
Long time ago. I don't like you driving my car because you leave stuff in it. I don't care that you went to McDonald's, for a soft drink. I just don't want to see the empty container in my car.
Okay, hold up.
Now.
Because
okay,
she
now
always talking about leaving stuff in the car. She leaves stuff in the car. The fortunate,
but it's my car.
Hold up.
But it's my car.
No, I get, but you leave stuff in mine. But the fortunate thing is, Sharyn has 2 cars. Okay, one of her cars stays junky. Just so y'all know, she ain't like the neatest, and one stays absolutely immaculate. Okay, so the ones that she doesn't drive the most is the immaculate one, and I'll drive it. Yeah, I may leave something, but I normally leave stuff in my own car.
Not my problem.
So I'm just saying, when she's on the passenger side, I'll find stuff in my door. Like, I know I'm not sitting on the passenger side of my own car. So if she leaves stuff in my car too, it's not even that. It's like she just has this thing about, like, she used to have this thing about me driving her car. Not because she was hiding another phone in there or something like that. It was just like, okay, well, how long you gonna be? Like, I feel like, that I'm asking my mom to take her car and she need to know when I'm coming back. Like, I'm gonna be as long as I'm gonna be. I don't know, So, but she's gotten better with that.
Thank you. Much better. But as a norm, I don't. Usually I don't drive your car. I didn't like the car because it was SUV. Right. And I don't like sitting up. I like a sedan. But way too much information. Staying on point here. The thing is that we really want to talk about the privacy issues within the relationships. Like, how much do you share with your partner? And what do you not share with your partner, and why? You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, whether it's the mail or the use of the phone, and there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about
but even with us, if someone, for instance, gave me a compliment or you a compliment, we'll read it to each other. Somebody in my DM, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time I'll be like, hey, this person just said this, and this, just so you'll know, I mean, I don't want I run into somebody and it's like, oh, wait a minute, you ain't say nothing about her. You know what I'm saying? So
right, we're pretty good. Or and I know. How does this get needed into the big parts of your relationship? It's like Rosa say, hey, I'm going out to lunch with friends. I'm like, okay, it's good to have friends, and let's have lunch sometime. Who's all going? And when you say friend, you got a lot of friends. You know a lot of people. You get around, but so do I. So she tells me, oh, I'm going out with, X and Y. Oh, cool. And she always invites me. As a norm, seldom do you not. Right. Usually I don't want to go anyhow. I just want to know where my sweetie going to be. And you hanging out with who today? Where y'all going? And that, for me, that's safety stuff. I mean, like, I let her know I'm going, hey, I'm going to be at the casino this morning. I'm going shopping this afternoon. And hopefully I make it to Home Depot before 4 o'clock. Whatever the case may be. Just letting you know, I'm not cloak and dagger. You don't have to look too far to find out where I'm going or where I've been. And I am a creature of habit. If you wanted that, God forbid, harm comes upon me, she's in 7-Eleven, she plays the numbers every second day, and you can catch her on this call. You can catch me in those 14 seconds, right? I am not a woman of mystery. So, and I surely wouldn't play that game with my partner. some of you guys, when I say guys, I mean people, some of you out there in lesbian land and far beyond, some of you are playing games. You know doggone well that you got a woman at home and you got somebody that you sneaking with. You know, you got a side chick. Not all of us, but some of us. And you know who I'm talking to. With that, if you do have a side chick or you're doing something that you ain't got no business doing and you got your woman thinking she's the only one, I want to know how y'all deal with the Privacy Act. You know, because my thing is, if you are doing something that ain't right and your woman's trying to find you in something that ain't right, you keep looking, you're going to find it.
Yeah.
And usually we're not as clever as we need to be.
Right.
And the older I get, the more stuff I'm forgetting. Like, I'd be busted on the first date. You know what I mean? Like, that's not your lipstick. That ain't the route you take.
Right? I'd be like, that's not the perfume you normally wear.
All of that, because I'd be forgetting stuff. You know, 20 years ago, maybe I might have still been in my game, but not at all. I just don't even present myself that way. I don't do that to Rosa. Rosa, as far as I know, does not do that to me. So, what happens if we are in a relationship and you have not declared what your boundaries are or your level of the privacy that you need?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because what happens when you say, oh yeah, my ex called me last week. Yeah, well, why did you have to go in the office and talk to her for 3 hours?
Right.
Just a question. Right? What was y'all talking about for 3 hours? I wasn't timing you, but the clock caught it. You know? So, seriously. And do you tell your partner that you was
when
talking
you
to
spoke to you? Yeah, and I tell you most of the time that
most of the time.
Well, because sometimes it's not even like if somebody called you, it just may be something you forgot, whatever. But I'm still saying I tell you all the people that I talk to normally. I'll be like, oh, I talked to Lori today.
How many are there, my love?
Everybody that I talk to that I used to deal with.
Okay.
Either Lori, Pam, or whoever.
Hey, let's not name names.
It's first names. I know. How many Pams there are out there? My sister name is Pam. I wasn't hollering at her.
Okay. Okay, I'm just saying.
But I'm saying that to say, if I am talking to an ex, again, I got the phone probably on speaker. And you are more than welcome to hear the conversation.
That's true.
Of
That's
anything
true.
that I'm talking about. So
that's true, and you do a good job of that. And I would say you might even do a better job of it than I do, because when I'm talking to whatever somebody I used to be with or whatever, but it's still a personal conversation, and as I am giving them my attention, it's okay if my wife is there, and it's okay if she's not.
Yeah, but if I'm there, then you don't seem to talk to them like you should be talking to them. Like,
I want to tell a joke that you may not find funny.
I think that you're uncomfortable when I'm around and you're talking to like somebody you used to deal with, And I don't put it on speakerphone so you can hear it. I just put it on speakerphone because that's the way I talk on the phone. So if I gotta hold it to my ear, I won't talk. Or if I have like my earbud in, I'm good. But other than that,
yeah. Again, generational.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to be, as you say, slick sly. I'm not trying to be that person. You know what I mean? And my voice is loud. So I can't whisper. I learned how to whisper in a helicopter. I speak as though I'm speaking in an auditorium.
Right.
So that's not it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying they called to talk to me. And we ain't got no like, oh yeah, and I kind of miss you, or it ain't no crazy shit going on like that. No, not at all. It's just that we're two different people, and I respect that part of you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because you know how you driving and you get that phone call and there's like, hey, we're on our way to L.A. and me and Sharyn, letting them know Sharyn is in the car. Now if they want to say something that's messed up, we're going to have to pull over. We're going to pull over. I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying. You're not trying to be sly, and neither am I.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I ain't. That's just not the best use of my energy. So we're okay. But as I think that we're okay, a lot of our friends out there are not.
Yeah.
And so here's our question. So if you both are not being as honest and forthcoming as you could be, you know what I mean? Don't you think that leads to trouble in the relationship, or can lead to trouble in relationships? We see it happen all too often. there's privacy and extreme privacy. If you got to go into the large bathroom and put towels underneath the door and run the water so no one can hear you, you're like, who are you talking to that you don't want me to hear? And then you become deceitful, right. And then deceit leads to lying, and the lying will definitely start to erode the foundation of your relationship.
Right, and then mistrust. And
right,
then
exactly.
That
you say is based on trust, and what you're doing, you're taking one brick out at a time. And I'm not saying that we need to be like, doubly aware of every time, who's she talking to? That ain't her mama, that ain't her cousin, that kind of thing. No. I mean, if y'all got issues, y'all got issues. This kind of stuff would only make it worse.
Right.
And she got two telephones, and now I thought she only had one. And then when I walk into the bedroom, she always jumps off the phone, and you know what I mean. And it's always coming from a private number. You know what I mean. Those kind of things. It will start to feed into a very uncomfortable situation. Now, what happens if you both are doing it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Look, I don't ask her business. She don't ask me mine. Well, that's comfortable for people who are both lying.
Yeah.
But because you really don't want to hear the truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I tell Rose, I said, look, you look at my phone. She can open my mail.
I don't want to open your mail.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I just know you have an issue with it.
No, not as much as it used to be, but yeah, you know what I mean. But I just try not to be intrusive. You see what I'm saying? Yes, we're a couple, but on the same token, you are your own person. Right. As am I.
And we do need privacy from time to time.
Yes.
So, that's just the day you have to establish. Like, and it's not even for me, privacy in a sense. It's like Sharyn, well, I hang out in our room way more than Sharyn does. And she'll come in there.
Oh, in the bedroom? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's like my little, spot. Sharyn loves her office. So when we're like in separate rooms, that's just probably where we are. And Sharyn will come in there. I could be in the middle of a good movie and she just talking. And I'm like, can I just get a little bit of more Rosa time? And I guess it's not really privacy, but it is privacy. It's like, let me just give her space.
Yeah.
But she doesn't even get like subtle hints, because I'll listen, because I'll put it on pause, right? And I'm listening. Then after a while, I unpause it. Like, okay, I'm going back to my movie. She's still talking, so I got to pause it again.
I think that touches a whole different subject.
Right, but I'm just saying.
In my defense,
I'm just saying. At some time, it's like, okay, I just need to be with me for a second, and I don't really want to hear a lot of what you're saying at that moment. Let me finish what I'm doing, then I'll come in there and sit with you, and we can talk or whatever. She don't get it.
I think I do get it. I think sometimes Rosa has a problem with prioritizing things. How
does that have anything to do with it?
Wait a minute. So, but let me explain this, and I don't want to get off the subject. But the fact is, I feel that television should not be in the bedroom. I don't come to bed to look at television. I fall asleep within about 3.4 nanoseconds. I come to, or if I didn't, I'm resting, or sometimes we're just chatting about things. Mm-hmm. And I do give you your space. I just don't think evidently what I'm hearing, perhaps I'm not giving you enough of it. Because there's times when I'm in my library and I'm reading some interesting theory on something, and I'm just, and I can't wait to share it with her, and do you think it's true, and blah, 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 and she can care less about this because she's into her world right now too, right? And I'm like a kid that needs attention and didn't get it. I pout, but I go back and, into the library. But I just think we need it at different times.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
But I think that's healthy in a relationship. Like, you need some type of privacy, some type of you time to do whatever that is, and whatever it looks like. Because sometimes I'll come out in our backyard and just, swing in my hammock, or I'll put my music on and, bug my neighbors, I'm sure. Or just, hang out with me for a minute.
Yeah.
And, Sharyn, she won't bug me or whatever the case
As
may
a norm,
be.
normally I don't.
But sometimes, I don't need that time. I want to hang with her or do whatever. So, I think in a relationship, you just have to, make sure you all know who you're with. What your partner,
what they need. What
your partner's likes and wants are. And as Sharyn said, what they need. Because I think that's very, very healthy for you to give them space if they need space. Like for Sharyn and I saying how we don't really have a lot of privacy between each other. We have, each other's code on our phones or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But at the same time, even though I have Sharyn's code, I don't need to look through her phone every day. I don't, that's to me is a lot of distrust. Now, have I looked through her phone? Yes, for other reasons. See, you don't even know that. Whatever.
What?
But it made it, it has been for other reasons too. I might be looking for something that's on her phone that I need or whatever.
That's true.
But at the same time, if I do see something that I have a question about, I might ask.
Yeah, you will.
So be like, wait a minute,
Aries.
Why you ain't tell me you spoke to so and so? I see her, texting on there, whatever.
Right.
But
look, 5 times in a row.
Right, exactly. But I think it's healthy to just discuss those, what you want privacy, and I like privacy, even cooking. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that person that want to cook with. It's just too much in the kitchen to me. I just want to be by myself. It is fine. Go lay down. I'll have food cooked whenever I'm cooking. Not all the time, but I think
saying. I'm the same way too. But see, I do have the advantage of being retired. So if I'm gonna cook something, it's cooked by the time you come home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ain't no see. You know what I mean? She just like, well, this is good, baby. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Eat slowly, cause I ain't cooking for another week. That's true, right? I don't want to spoil her. Oh, too late. Too late. So, to wrap this up, guys, I just want you to think about it. The level of privacy that you need in a relationship may differ from the level of privacy your partner needs or wants or even demands.
Exactly.
Are you guys okay with sharing information? Is her business your business? Does she have to go out into the laundry room to talk to somebody? When you could have had that conversation right in here, but she doesn't.
Right.
All right. Like, you still doing laundry? Those kind of things. But it's the little things and things that we still have to be mindful of.
Absolutely.
And like I said, if if it's if you're going too far with it, and she may very well feel that you are hiding something, or perhaps that you're being less than honest, you're going toward deceit, and deceit is it starts to erode
True.
the trust that you have in one another. So think about that, and it is important.
Absolutely.
People say, oh, it ain't no big deal. Yeah, it doesn't matter till it matters, and it does matter.
Absolutely.
Be mindful of that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I think we're okay with it.
Yeah, and one of the big things I was just thinking about, I'm like, we can't really be all that private because we give y'all our life story. Like, we're not really all that private anyway. But that's just us. A lot of people are, and we get that. Just, have that conversation with your partner, or, even when you're meeting somebody, ask them sometimes what are the things that they rather do alone or don't want privacy. Cause
there's some couples, let's say we got a couple of friends, one goes fishing. Often, and that's her alone time. She doesn't want to particularly, be with her.
Right.
That's where she gets, recalibrated and thinks, and that's okay. We're not, connected at the hip. We're whole people before we meet each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? We just want to make sure that I need to know more, what turns you on, what your needs are, because they may very well be different from mine.
Right.
You know what I mean? Rosa will hike, I will simply walk. Today I went walking, she ran in the opposite direction, then met me in the middle, because I'm not a runner.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But we still kind of did something together. We're on each other's schedule. And guess what? I enjoy walking by myself. I am not one to walk with 8 people.
Yeah.
All right? I'm listening to some music. I'm grooving, and I try to get those 10,000 steps in and have a great day. I don't have to have Rosa with me. Right. And when she goes running, like, hey babe, I'm going to do a 5K today. You go, girl. Love you. Let me take a photo. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't do the 5K. So anyhow, so I hope some of this touches you, that you hear it, understand it, take some aboard if you like, use what you want, throw away, and put the stuff in the, I always say in the parking lot, what you don't need. But I think that's enough for today on this one. We're good. So as always, we're wishing you the very best
of all good things. Stay safe and stay woke.
Ooh.
Right. And don't keep too many secrets.
Right.
I almost forgot. That's what it was. I was like, whoa. See what a week does? I forgot.
I thought you were just being cute.
No, I wasn't being cute. But anyway, love you guys.
Bye-bye.